Why did God give us the book of Genesis in chapter 12 from verse 10 to 20 and also gave us the book of Luke chapter 23? When I was with you 2 weeks ago, for those of us people in Nigeria, I told you that I came to encourage you, to let you know not to be scared of what is coming. And I told you that the so-called expectations that most of the people in Nigeria have about the election they had in February, I believe it's February 25th, is not going to change anything, because the government that they have installed, selected and appointed by themselves and have selected, they are going to uphold, so that you do not despair because of the level of injustice and lack of justice in Nigeria. But these things are not new to you. I was not going to make a reference to the judgment, but because of a lot of despair for those probably in America that may not understand or may not have heard our previous prophecies that the Lord had given from us, from this church, those that may not be following and may not understand, those that are new to us, those that will listen to this, that it becomes a posterity, because it is a message that we are going to keep at least in YouTube, so that those, for posterity's sake and for the stamp's sake, as we continue to develop the content that is going to continue to guide you in the future, for you to have faith and trust in God alone, not in man or any government or any institution. The only one that is trustworthy is God, because He's the only one that is the truth. He's the one that is just. The word of the Lord, as you heard in the judgment that was given by Pharaoh. But I know there was a prophecy from here to you, letting you know that INEC is bent on rigging the election and will ensure that whoever they chose will be the one in power. That was before the election. That's why I left early in the morning around midnight of the day of the election, because there was not going to be an election, and there will be a selection, as we was prophesied to you years before that election. The Lord have hardened the heart of the leaders and the elders in Nigeria, that no matter how much expectations that everyone has, it will all come back to the same. The entire exercise of democracy in Nigeria is a farce. That was prophesied, wondering why the powers of the West and a lot of people are all encouraging and supporting such criminal enterprise that has been established in Nigeria. And not long ago, we told you about the powers that try to continue the thing, the punishment the Lord has given to them. And that punishment still continues on, because they use the name of God and present to the world that God, who delineates power to wicked and evil people who are insensitive to their own constituents. That having a government that undermines the will of his own people, and they call it democracy, is not democracy. The political parties that, as you had seen, are all together in this because of the high expectations of Nigeria trying to land what it looks like is a C-130 that is carrying a lot of rooting meaning the spoils of war, things that people have stolen because they have conquered a kingdom or an empire or a nation or a tribe, and everybody was running to carry and take whatever they can take and scrambling for all that is available in that city, taking everybody into slavery and all kinds of stuff. If you are watching movies, sometimes you will see like it's like a movie, and that you see them gathering and taking things with them that belongs unto the conquered. A reminder then not to be surprised at what is going to happen and which has happened, as you were told in advance, so that you do not despair. And a lot of people, those that support the Labour Party, may be discouraged, but even from the beginning, the presidential aspirant for Labour Party never said he was trying to take the mandate from the people, even though they also said that they're going to recover the mandate. They said they were going to fight in order to get enactment of the law concerning the process. So don't be surprised if certain things are not done right, because what they asked for was in the judgment. When you look in the judgment, I didn't read the judgment, couldn't listen to it, because if you remember, there was years ago we gave a message in dealing with the world about the 15 fallacies. The moment that I tuned in and heard one or two fallacies, and as a matter of law, for anybody who has ever passed through law school, for example, here in America, those things, normally you see lawyers say objection, and then you will hear the judge say sustained when people start to make fallacious statements. So if you find that those things are coming from the judge, because for people that understand the law, it is very hard to listen to. It's a waste of time for somebody to sit down and listen to a bunch of jargon that is designed